Eh, I didn't mean to do that, but it's one of those I'm getting ready to realize what I'm about to talk about. I have to do a review, and then when this is a paid request for Vonte. Thank you so much for that. For those interested requesting any type of videos, whether it be a topic, a commentary, a reaction, a review, a video game playthrough, whatever the case may be, re-review, feel free to send it. I'll get to it as soon as I can. And for those who sent them, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And this is for the cat and the motherfucking hat. A film that is so bad that Dr. Seuss's widow literally put out a thing saying, "You are prohibited to doing any more live action Dr. Seuss stuff." Animated, fine, which they did. They did the Green Eggs and Ham show, which I think Michael Douglas voiced a character. I remember not minding that. Did the Grinch in 2018. But live action wise, you're prohibited. This movie was so bad. And she had a point. Where to start with this fucking movie, man? This is a garbage, terrible, unfunny, ugly movie. I'd rather dip my balls in battery acid and feed it to my cat, who would then spit back in my face. Does he be pissed? And piss in my Cheerios and make me eat them. Or it would piss in this and hide it from me and make me drink a bunch of cat piss. So Mike Myers stars in this. You also have Spencer Breslin, who is the kid in the Bruce Willis film Disney's The Kid. You also have Dakota Fanning, which she was in the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds. She was in Man on Fire with Denzel Washington. Alec Baldwin, before he started shooting people, he's in this. Amy Hill, which I remember she was in Next Friday. She played Mrs. Ho Tiem, the neighbor in Next Friday. The reason this got made is because The Grinch with Jim Carrey was a huge hit. So I blame that movie, number one. Because I'm not a fan of that movie either. Yes, it's better than this, but I'm still not a fan of that one. But because that film made so much money, they said, what other Dr. Seuss properties can we make live action to capitalize on that success? So that's what the studio's thinking. Now, originally Tim Allen they wanted to do this project with, and he was curious about it, but then things changed and he went on to do one of the Santa Claus movies. Now, the writers of the film, I think some of them did deal with The Grinch in 2000. The writers for Seinfeld. 3 writers. First off, this looks like there's no writers on the movie, let alone 3 writers. And for Seinfeld I've seen episodes of. Actually pretty decent show. How in the flying fuck did they write this? And 3 of them came up with this crap? Were they just writing it with their dicks? I mean, it'd be impressive to write with your dick, but doesn't result in anything good. Maybe try your hand next time. Maybe they had the hands up their ass. I don't know. So Tim Allen didn't do it. You had Mike Myers. Now, the reason Mike Myers is the star of this is Wayne's World was a hit. That led to films like Austin Powers. If you think Wayne's World was a hit, the Austin Powers films, especially when you got to the sequels, were even more humongous hits. That and then Shrek. He had a lot of power. So the studio gave him a deal, a multi-picture deal, and one of the films he was going to do was Sprockets. If you remember, his Saturday Night Live stint, he did play a character where it's a German character and we must dance and do this kind of stuff here, and it's called sprockets. So they kept writing and rewriting the script, but eventually Mike Myers, he just said, I don't want to do it. I'm not happy with the script. I'm not satisfied with it, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it at all. So what happens is, the studio went, we don't like that, because it's a breach of contract. We're owed a movie. You're supposed to be doing a movie for us. You spent all this damn money in preparation. We paid you all this money. Script after script, time after time. Now you don't want to do it because you're not happy with it when you're helping write the damn thing. We're going to sue you. And then Mike Myers is like, well, I'm going to sue you for, you made me feel bad, because he's a bitch. And Mike Myers, here's the thing. Mike Myers, I think, is talented on screen. I like the first Austin Powers. I like Wayne's World. So I Married an Axe Murderer, I thought was pretty decent. Not every film he did was great. Love Guru was shit. So was this. But from everything I've heard, he's a complete diva. He's a complete dick on set. On this, apparently most people who worked on it had a terrible time with Mike Myers because he didn't want to talk to anybody. He only talked to the director and his assistant, and he was a diva. Apparently he had a guy follow him around with a Tupperware, so anytime he snapped his fingers, the guy would give him some chocolate. I'd be like, you know what, how about you bend over, I'm going to put this chocolate up your ass. Let's see how many fits. Let's see how much this cat can be stuck and stuffed and butt-fucked with the Hershey Highway with a bunch of Hershey's in tow. How many Hershey's does it take to stick up the Hershey Highway? Let's find out. Cat in the Hat with the fat back. With that chocolate fat. So apparently that happened. Give me chocolate. Oh yeah, I'll give you some chocolate. From this underwear I'm going to shit in and stuff in your mouth. I know Amy Hill, he said the guy was a nightmare and he would just do whatever he wanted and he was a pain in the ass to deal with. Rick Baker, who did the effects for the Grinch, was going to do the effects, but even he was mad at Mike Myers because he would come whenever he wanted to and he didn't want to listen. And so Rick Baker's like, screw this, I left. So then I think they got Steve Johnson to do the effects. Now, I'll give credit to the Grinch. The way it looks is not a bad look. This, it just looks nightmare fuel. Just the way Mike Myers, like the cat, that especially is not something that you need to see in live action. It doesn't look right. It was never going to look right. It was going to look creepy. It was going to look weird. It looks like he wants to touch the kids, Nickelodeon style, and get him away from the kids. Because you don't know what's in his hat. Could be like those guys with the popcorn buckets in the movie theater. What's in the hat? And then the movie came out and it was a complete disaster. Which again, the widow of Dr. Seuss said, no more live action stuff. You're banned. You're banned from doing it. Now the story of the film, if you want to call it that, is bullshit. Is the mom is working a lot. She's getting ready for this party. She has a tough time dealing with her kids. The one kid, Spencer Breslin, is a jerkwad twerp who will take food and just literally just put it on the damn ground. Messing around. Dropping shit. He just pulls stuff and just drops it on the ground. Pulls stuff, drops it on the ground. I want to punch this guy in the face. And then he puts it on his body and he goes down the stairs. And the mom's like, can you just please do what I tell you to do? Like the way the mom's talking, she... And I get it. The point is that these kids need to be taught something. And that's by the end of the movie, they're taught to be, in Spencer's case, more responsible. I get that. But he's such a terror of a dick that I just hate the character instantly. Just feels like a brat. Which I know that's the point, but still. I get it, that's the point. I mean, there's a lot of movies that do that, but... So, I don't know. I'm just more annoyed than anything. Anyway. While Dakota Fanning, she does stuff in an orderly fashion. She's very clean. She's very uptight. She's very set in her ways. Rigid about fun. Always trying to plan everything out. Alec Baldwin is the neighbor who's schmoozing on the mom and he's trying to suck up to her, but really he's the antagonist, the villain of the piece. So what happens is, as time goes on, he wants to put the kid to military school. I'm like, well, the way this kid acts, I'm like, sure, go to military school. This kid deserves it. He's a dick. But the mom needs to get ready for this party because her boss, played by Sean Hayes, is germophobic and very up his ass about cleanliness. So while she leaves, she tells the kids to behave. And she says, you know, I want to trust you. Which, considering his behavior, he's done nothing to say, to make you believe of anything else other than this guy being a dick. So it's understandable her saying, I want to trust you. Which is a pretty valid argument to say, I want to trust you. And his response, well, I wish I had a different mother. I'd be like, and I wish my fist was in your face and stuck in it. And you know, I have to get a carpenter to fix the rest of your fucking face by what's going to be left of it when I dent it. And it's not the actor, I'm talking about the character, folks. The actor's just saying the lines he's told to do. But God, that really made me hate the character. Well, I want a different mom. Yeah, and I'm sure she wants a different seed. Probably wishes the dad had pulled out. Crack, back, or keep in the sack with your sorry ass. That's what I would have said to the kid. But fuck you, kid. So the mom leaves. Alec Baldwin pisses off to his place. He's a con artist. He's a guy who is just schmoozing so to marry her and get her money. So the two kids, they're at the house, they're bored out of their mind. And then most of the movie, not all, but a good chunk of it takes place in the house, where all of a sudden, out of the blue, well, there's no explanation as to how this happened. It's not like the kids found something, or the mom brought something home, and no, it's just out of the blue, the cat just arrives at this moment, at this day, at this time. Now maybe, to be fair, I have not read the story in a long-ass time, Cat in the Hat. So what's the same and what's different, I don't know. But I would bet that he was a lot less annoying than he is in this, because the way Mike Myers plays him, he plays him as part the cowardly lion, part behave, part dickwad, part Jewish uncle or grandpa. I mean, oh, I can't have milk and gum up the works. And they also try to push the adult jokes in this. Like he's looking at the mom's picture Then he's opened it up like a Playboy centerfold, and then his hat extends like he did in a boner. I mean, why else would his hat extend like that? He gets excited just like we did hard. That's what you want in a kids, Dr. Seuss kids movie, is imagining this cat wanting to fuck someone's mom. Probably in the ass. Go gum up her works then? Like, does anyone want to think that? I don't. This ugly looking abortion of a Mashudana wanting to fuck some woman. No. And his laughs are irritating. There's a point he wears a bra and his ass are melons and he's singing like it's a mumbo. Nightmare fuel. Complete nightmare fuel. Or he pretends to be a mechanic fixing the couch, and so he has these ass cheeks hanging out and pretends to be he tries to voice like a redneck and he farts as well. So he's trying to talk like he's Larry the Cable Guy. He's showing human ass cheeks out and he's farting. Yeah, I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna check this stuff. Yeah, yeah. Just go down there, check this out. Yeah. And I don't know why I'm trying to sound like Boomhauer from fucking King of the Hill, but might as well. He pulls stuff out of the couch. He even fights an elephant trunk coming out of the couch. And he does this so they can bounce on the couch. And eventually they get Dakota to do it along with them. All their goldfish starts talking and starts warning them, but they don't listen. Was the goldfish part of the damn story back in the day? I don't remember. But he's just like, hey, stop doing this, but kind of pointless. No one ever listens to him. So, makes you go, why is he even in it? I guess just for the kids. There's a point where he does sort of an infomercial about cupcakes and he plays two different characters. Oh, this will cook anything? Anything. Anything? Anything. Anything. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat both of you up. Okay? This one fist of stone, this one hand of stone, coming at you to give you a gallbladder stone the size of this fist. Because you've been fist fucked. And I'm gonna stick this up your ass and I'm gonna make you drink it. Whatever comes out of it. This is an annoying pissant movie. It's annoying as pissing in the wind. I'd rather fart on a snare drum than watch this fucking movie again. Unless it's a paid request or a commentary paid request or whatever. So eventually he gets these creatures out. Thing 1 and Thing 2. I wish John Carpenter would come in and kill everybody that moves in this movie. And they fly around and it looks like shit and it looks horrible. And they take Amy Hill from Next Friday. She's there sleeping the whole time because she's the babysitter. Oh yeah, that's one line that the mom says early on that tells you how stupid this dialogue is. That 3 people wrote it. Babysitters don't leave. Baby leavers leave, not babysitters. Babysitters don't leave. Baby leavers leave. 3 people wrote this. 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. 3. At one point, somehow I think their dog gets let out. They go search for it. They go outside a bit amongst the town. There's a joke where he calls a hoe a dirty hoe. and then is ready to lick it and kiss it. And the kids, hey, cat, come on. Because again, that's appropriate for kids. A dirty hoe they's ready to make out with. I love for a kid to ask, what's a dirty hoe? Your mom. And it's not funny. It's not witty. There are no clever jokes. And just the way Mike Myers plays his character is so nerve-wracking, with the tone of voice and the annoying laughter and the entirely lying with me, but shouldn't he's really, really, and just he looks ugly. He looks like he wants your kids. Hide your kids. Don't touch your kids. And the humor. Oh, the kids think, other kids in the neighborhood thinks he's a piñata, so they hit him in the balls. Which for some reason, then he has a dream of he's wearing little girl clothes, swinging. And I think the song's like, da 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 Monday morning. Like he's swinging with girly clothes on. I guess, hey, hit him in the balls so much he became a girl, I guess, in his dream. Maybe that's his fucking fantasy. Maybe that's his fucking fetish. Maybe that's his sex dream. Maybe he wants to transition. Maybe that's secret fucking fantasy. Go do it. You probably get on Time Magazine. Whoop-de-fucking-do just for doing that. Hey, you chopped your dick off? Here you go, Time Magazine cover. That'll be if they were rebooted again. The cat wanting to trans... Fucking... Oh, and then like Alec Baldwin, he takes the dog. He finds the dog, he's going to take to the mom to go, hey, look what the kids are doing. Now send this kid to military school. But the dog pissed in his tacos. So he shot it. No, not really. If it was Alec Baldwin now, he would shoot it. But back then, he didn't shoot it. At one point, the kids and the cat, they hide somewhere, and they're in a club, like a rave club, and Paris Hilton is in there. Because all the kids know who Paris Hilton is. Sadly, that's actually, I think, true. So, I meant it to be the joke, but honestly, with the way things not only were then, but especially are now, yeah, they probably would. Why Paris Hilton has to be in this, I don't know. I don't know. I never understood the whole Paris Hilton thing. I don't get why she was ever popular. I don't think she's that good looking. She wasn't good. She didn't have any talent other than being rich. I guess that's it. Rich bitch. There you go. Because she's not good looking. She didn't show her titties. She can't act. She had a good death scene in House of Wax remake. That's her best role. Honestly. Was the House of Wax... I like that movie, House of Wax remake. It's a pretty good movie. The best movie she's been in. Tell you that much. One leads to another. They get back to the house. Spencer Breslin, because he can't keep his fucking hands off or anything, open the lock to this chest that the cat uses to get all this stuff out. It's going crazy. It's leaked all over the house. The house is ready to go to another damn dimension. Alec Baldwin falls, and he falls in. The kids have to get the lock back and close back the chest, so they're going this roller coaster thing, and then Mike Myers has to stop to promote Universal Studios. They lock the chest again. They clean up. The cat disappears. Al Baldwin comes in, looking all crazy. The mom says, "Piss off." They're a family again, and the party goes off without a hitch, and then the mom's happy, and they start jumping on the fucking couch themselves. There you go, the end. You can't even say it has a scope that can entice viewers because most of it takes place in the damn house. Creativity-wise, I really don't think he's as creative as you would think with a cat in the hat that seems like could do anything he wants, but I mean, there's a gag where they're getting the stains out, and then it stains the couch, and they're doing that, and it stains over here and over there with these cartoonish splats. But nothing was funny about it. It was cringe. It was unfunny. It was annoying. Dakota Fanning, I think, did what she could with the character she was given. But to be honest, I mean, she wasn't given a whole lot as a character. Permanent Spencer Breslin, he's like, yeah, it's my fault. I shouldn't have opened the lock. The Dakota trusts her brother. I'll let you go. Fine, I trust you. He locks it, catches her. Again, sometimes you wonder who the hell this was for, audience-wise. I would think the kids would be scared of the way the cat looks and the way he acts. The parents, they'd be like, oh God, I gotta try to explain this to my kid. What a dirty hoe is. And why is his hat extending when he's looking at the mom's picture? And it does like, oh shit. Or son of a bitch. Yeah, it does that where if you think he's going to curse, then it cuts. So it does that a couple times. There's not a whole lot of like different variety of creatures. Like you think of other Dr. Seuss stories. Variety of creatures. Here, you get cat, theme 1, theme 2. And they all look horrendous. They look like Nightmare Fuel. They look weird and screwy. And again, don't trust them with your kids. They'll probably abduct your kids and do something bad to them. But yeah. I don't know what else to say. This film is total dog shit. I don't remember the music to the film. I don't remember cinematography-wise. There's not much to say. Like I said, most of it takes place in the house. It's not even like unique camera angles. Some of the effects are not really that good in terms of when the theme 1 and theme 2 are flying around and the kids are trying to catch them, they're flying over here and there. That looked really awkward and that just looked awful. And like, what's up with the writing in this movie? 3 writers and people that worked on Seinfeld? This is the best you got? Where's the cleverness? Where's the creativity? And Mike Myers, I don't think, was a good fit for this. Would Tim Allen work? Now that's a question. I mean, if it's the same script, then maybe it would not matter who was the star of it. Like, you needed a different approach. Like, you needed... Like Gene Wilder and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Maybe a little less psycho at times. But for the most part, Willy Wonka, like that demeanor. Or maybe even just a bit more like cooler, calmer, calculated. Not this zaniness that whether it was his idea or more than likely, it seemed like Mike Myers ran the show. Because I remember reading up that apparently some of the actors said the way the film was directed was the director would go, "Is it okay, Mike? Or is it okay? Is it alright, dude? Is it good?" I'm like, then what the fuck kind of director are you? And let me look up who this director... This director, I don't think did much. Did he? Yeah, I think this was the only film he directed. Because the way Bo Welch, he was a production designer. Beetlejuice, Ghostbusters 2, Batman Returns, The Birdcage. So he was a production designer. And then an art director. I mean, on Best Defense with Eddie Murphy and The Color Purple. Stuff he directed, 5 episodes of Secret Agent Man. Whatever the hell that is. Acosta's Mandalore. Sure, that was a hit. 2 episodes of The Tick with Patrick Warburton. And then he did some of that series of unfortunate events that I reviewed a while ago. Which, I mean, I would put that above this. I didn't mind it for what it was. I would put that above this. But yeah, I mean, this is, I don't know if you would call it a journeyman director. This is a guy that was just way in over his head for this to be his first film. You had a star that would just railroad him and we're going to do it my way or the highway. And Mike Myers didn't want to do this film. Like I said, he was forced to do it because Universal said, you do this or you get sued. Say, fine, I'll do this. Spencer Breslin, I know he got some negative reviews for his performance. I said, I don't think it's his performance, just the way the character's written. I would blame it more on the script for the kids. Like I said, Dakota Fanning did what she could. Alec Baldwin, being smarmy, over the top dick. So, his real life persona. Amy Hill, she was just asleep for most of the film. I mean, yeah, you did a little bit of the outside of the town, but you don't even really have a lot. Other than that, the very opening where you see all the houses of the town, there wasn't really a whole lot to showcase the production design of the movie. The effects on the cat, I wouldn't say the effects are bad by Steve Johnson, because Steve Johnson is a very capable effects guy. It's just the concept was never going to work. Whoever the fuck you put it, it was just going to look goofy. It was going to look silly. It was going to look stupid. It was going to look nightmare fuel, which it did. So take that for you will. Fuck this movie. Suck my balls. Mike Myers, you're a diva bitch. There's a reason why you have not worked for a long time, because you burned so many bridges that no one wanted to deal with your sorry ass. When your film started flopping, like The Love Guru, unless it was a Shrek movie, which I'm sure they're going to do another one, where you do your thing, you leave us the hell alone, and we get your voice. Other than that, they don't give a rat's ass about you in movies. They don't want to cast it because you were such a diva so many times, so many horror stories. Apparently there was Wayne's World or Wayne's World 2. He did stupid stuff as well. Would not be surprised if he did an Austin Powers. As someone says, when you're on the escalator of success, remember, you may be going up, but eventually everybody comes back down. And when you come back down, think about all the people you're going to be passing by. Because when you're going up, you want to be obnoxious, you want to be a dick, you want to be selfish, you want to be a fucking diva. Here, pop cherries, I'm going to pop some Mentos, I'm going to pop some fucking zits in your face. And up your nose with a rubber hose, mate. All those people you shit on going up, when that career was done, with the Love Guru and other stuff, you had to go back down. And guess what? They're not going to say, hey, how's it going? They'll be like, that's karma. You did what you deserve. Or fuck you as you go all back down. Gotta think about that. You gotta think about that. But a lot of these guys don't. And they're less likely to hire you later. I think Sally, I mean, I hate to say it, but that's probably what happened to Jean-Claude Van Damme. I mean, he worked at direct-to-video stuff, but now a whole lot of bigger projects, he had to kind of eat some crow and eat some humble pie to finally get people, okay, you don't be on Kung Fu Panda, Expendables 2, and other stuff. So it had to take him a bit. That probably happened to Val Kilmer and happened to other people. So, plus Val Kilmer and what happened to his sickness. But before that, they gotta think about that. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. This movie sucks. See you guys later. The Cat in the Hat is a sack of shit. Later.